When we step through the gates, we shall not find the place of hedonistic pleasure we remember, but a battlefield. If you're prepared for this, then let us sally forth.
I can feel it. A dark presence in my domain. Ah! It's them! The villains who would sow chaos in my perfect paradise! Keep them away from me! I command you! Keep them away!
Long live Lord Vor-3.
He would use his own people as shields.
This area is older than Gate Town. There are bound to be far more civilians under Vor-3's control. But they do not act of their own free will, and we must not harm them.
As if we ever would. Press on with Alpha now. We'll hold off the civilians and join you as soon as we can.
Do no more than is necessary to subdue the civilians.
Try and stop me!
Keep it up!
We'll waste some time. Reed, hold them here while the others press on. All right. Have care, you two. Rest with me.
May the 12 guide you.
Minds on their own, remember. Avoid harming them whenever possible.
I fear my strength.
There's no end to this. Irianji, would you care to make a step? Glad. Sarah, pray press on with you. The opportunity doth arise. The way's clear. Come on, you two. Found it. More of them. We're almost through. Right, my turn to make a heroic stand. So this is a lull, push off. Now, Sarah, into the tower. Just you take care of it.
Pay me back later.
Elise. The gestures from before. Apologies, friends, but you reached a dead end, and on this sorry track, there's no good turning back. But we've good life here, see? I'm not about to lose it. But fair is fair. We'll give you a good death. If you would fight us in a relation, then we will not hold back.
Show's over.
This one's a real snipe splitter. But at least you'll die laughing.
I'll break your funny bone. A gift for you.
Get out of the way.
Right. No more Mrs. Nice Jester.
Let's climb to the canopy. From there, we will take the crown lift. Still more soldiers. Lead them to me and press on.
You will find my master in his chamber. But only should you kill me this day, and you will not.
Why do you go so far?
You may think me under his spell, but I uphold Lord Vorthry's ideals of my own volition. Man is an inherently flawed creature. In his vain pursuit of righteousness, he but sows the seeds of future conflict. Thus, have I chosen to place my hopes upon he who has transcended men, upon he who is unbound by the vagaries of conscience. But enough talk. I am a soldier, and you are my enemy. Come, let us settle this once and for all.
Ever since I submitted to my master's authority, I've been naughty but with women. exist only to destroy. Destroy you, I do. It is time we settle this villain. You would pass me. You must endure all that I have learned on the battlefield. For I am a weapon forged in the fires of war. There you are, my precious emeralds. Are you alright, Sarah? The citizens appear to have calmed down for the moment. I can only assume Valkyrie is otherwise engaged. Let's get to the upper level while we can.
Lord Vorthri! Your reign of tyranny is at an end! For too long you have preyed upon the desperation of the poor. Now you will answer for the suffering you have caused! And if you harbor even a shred of remorse, I beseech you to use your powers to redress the balance. For the future of all in Norvrent.
No, it can't be. This is wrong. It's wrong. The Warden, it's not just a Sin Eater. It's a man.
Remorse? For the future of all? What nonsense is this? There is no justice but mine. No future but mine. No will but mine. It is preordained. I was born to deliver this wretched world. Me? Unseated? No. It's impossible. Inconceivable. Absurd. I am a great and wise king. Greatest and wisest. I reign from on high. I will not be brought low by maggots like you! Ah! Oh, yes, of course. I can begin again. Rebuild my paradise. Once I finish my dinner.
Oh God, no. Stop him! Thancred, stop him!
Where did he go?
What in the heavens?
Did Vorthri do that?
How will we get up there?
Wait! That is Mount Gulg, the highest peak in Calusia. It lies on the other side of a sheer cliff, and much as I wish it were otherwise, it is beyond our reach for now. But even if it weren't, there are people here who need our help.
Oh, Alphino.
Please, even if it's only to tend to their wounds.
You don't need my permission.
Thank you.
I don't know if it will work, but if Vorthri's hold over the people is rooted in light, I might be able to reverse its effects. Will you let me try?
Of course. We'd be grateful for any help you can provide.
Well then, if it's decided, let's all get to work.
Good news, Sarah. We've seen that Reen was indeed able to reverse the effects of Vorthri's influence. Even as he speaks, she tends to the afflicted in turn. The problem being, there's no end to them. We're trying to provide what relief we can to those who are waiting, and we would appreciate your help if you're willing. So, here's some dream powder. We're administering it to the enthralled to keep them calm until they receive proper attention. Would appreciate if you could assist us in this task. Now, those afflicted are scattered all over the city. Suggest starting your search at the derelicts and working your way up. When you're done, be sure to let Reen know. Lord Vothry, you are my daily meal. It hurts. Please, Lord Vothry, take away the pain. You're the kind soul who saved me from falling to my death. But mistress, he's been injured. Please help me, I beg you. What is this? She's sleeping. A medicine to help her rest while she waits treatment, you say? Oh, thank you so much. While she's been acting strangely, I didn't know what to do. Oh, so close. Let's stop. Trespassers, sullying our paradise. Where did you fly to, my sweet canary? Oh boy. Oh, there you are, Sarah. I've just been finishing eating this man. Now for the next one. We're out in the derelicts and below, you say? So many of them. But Minfilia entrusted this power to me. I won't rest until I've helped everyone. I'll go see to the wounded. I'm sure Alphino and Alice would appreciate the help. And you should find should you find any other thought civilians, please see that they're brought to me.
You're going to be all right.
I think that's the last of them.
We've done all we can for the wounded. As for the rest...
Aren't you Alphino? The painter boy? What in the world is going on? Did something happen to us?
Let me handle this. Citizens of Yulmore, what I'm about to tell you will come as a shock. Indeed, you may be loath to believe it, but if you trust the evidence of your senses, it is my hope that you will listen and accept the truth, unpalatable though it may be. Vothry is a sin-eater. Everything he offered, everything he promised, was a lie.
They're not taking it well, and who could blame them?
Are you saying we were Vorthry's puppets all this time?
When you attacked us, you were not yourselves. That much is true. But your conduct prior to that moment was your own. Vorthry's unnatural charisma does not absolve you of all responsibility. Of your own free will, you came to this city and gave yourselves over to its pleasures. And in the course of this, if you mistreated those less fortunate than you, then that too was of your own free will. It is not for me to judge you, but for your victims, for history, for your conscience. You have dreamed a twisted dream, but now you are awake. You may yet share this world of ours. Join with us and each other, that we might begin anew. We've lost so many already. We dare not lose any more. I have said my piece. My thanks for giving me the chance. There is nothing more to be done here. Let us go after Vorthry.
Is there anything we can do to help? You risked your lives to bring us to our senses, and I, for one, hope to repay that debt. Begin anew, as you said.
Vorthry has fled to Mount Gulg, and we mean to pursue him. Do any of you know the way?
The only way to Mount Gulg is over the Bright Cliff. Have you an airship?
We will contemplate flight only as a last resort. Were we to come under attack whilst airborne, we would have little hope of defending ourselves. If at all possible, we would prefer to travel by land. Is there a way?
Well, the ladder is the only way up and down the cliff, but it hasn't moved in a long time. In the old days, it was operated by the mining folk who lived at the top. After the flood, it saw less and less use, and when Lord Vorthry took control, it was abandoned altogether.
So we somehow need to get the ladder working again.
It moves by means of a talos, if that's any help. But good luck repairing that.
Talos? Did someone say Talos? You know all about them, don't you, dearest? If anyone can get this lift moving, it's you.
Well, perhaps. But see here.
Oh, yes. If you want the golem restored, you may leave it to my husband. For he happens to be the heir to Daedalus Stoneworks, foremost makers of Talos, whose contracts include the renowned mining venture of Armoreng.
It's been years and years since I had anything to do with it. I can't just pick up a hammer and set to work.
You can't?
No, that's not what I... It's just... All right. I will take a look at the Talos. But beyond that, I make no promises. Those with strong backs, come with me. I'll need help dragging the damn thing out of the storehouse.
Well done, brother.
Come, my friend. We have work to do.
The ladder is situated to the north and west of Bright. Let us make our way there, Sarah. Sarah, my friend, my partner. I trust you already. Good, good. That is very good indeed. For before we depart to face Andrea for the, but I pray that this is the final time. I have a confession to make. I may have been somewhat misleading when I intimated the tremendousness of my martial powers. The truth, it rather pales in comparison to yours. To tell? You must be terribly crestfallen, I'm sure. It is my deepest regret I allowed you to labor under the misapprehension that we were equals for so long. In my defense, I must say that when I realized what an exceedingly powerful warrior you truly are, I was dumbstruck. I struggled to conceive of even how to even broach the subject. Furthermore, I must admit that a great majority, nay, all of our effort to hone our skills in preparation for the battle to come have been entirely for my benefit, that the disparity between us might not be so readily apparent. My insecurity drove me to postpone this fateful day for so long. In my cowardice, I allowed Andrea to assemble a party of followers. Where before we might only have to contend with one foe, we must now confront 5. For my preparation, I am still no more likely to be an asset to you than a hindrance. Perhaps this not be the case. Discussing this grim reality with Miss Olvara while you were away, we hit upon a potential stratagem. Recall you render Ray's greatest strength and weakness, her print and actual hearing. We can reasonably be certain that Andrea is possessed of it as well. Therefore, if you were to fashion a device that could produce a loud noise at will, you could use it to secure an advantage in your battle. While I lack the strength of arms, I may make up for it with guile. While it will not guarantee us victory, it will surely bring us one step closer. 1,000 pardons, Master Reek, but I am come to deliver a message from your Lord Father. Daddy, what does he want me with me now? It has come to your Lord Father's attention that you have acquitted yourself rather poorly as a bounty hunter and have brought terrible shame upon your family name. He commands that you cease all such activities at once and return to the city forthwith. Should you fail to do so, you will be stripped of your citizenship and family name. No further financial assistance will be provided. Oh dear. You may tell my father and my mother the following: that I am Lurik, proud bounty hunter, slayer of sand eaters. I have no intention of renouncing this cause, and that they are free to do as they deem fit. Tell them that I have no son, then I have no parents, that I have no family save Miss Olvara, who has shown me more love than they ever have. Very good, Master Reek. I shall deliver your reply to them at once. Right, now that that's settled, we can get to work crafting the giant noisemaker of art. Let us consult with the craftsmen of the crystalline mean at once. I dare say you lit a fire in him, Sarah. I've never thought I'd see the day when he'd muster the courage to say anything like that to his parents. For all my time in the Crystarium, I cannot recall ever visiting the crystalline mean. Nevertheless, I'm sure there is someone here who can assist us. What's this all this then? Got something one needs making? Indeed I do, good sir. We should commission the production of a device that can generate a tremendously loud sound. Must be small and light enough to be carried by a single individual as well. Ain't that one of the stranger requests I've heard? Well, if it's just noise you want, then I wager we can do you with a special blend of fire sand. I think I've just got the recipe for your needs. I need some choice ingredients, mind. And you'll need to go and fetch them for me. Fetch? Perhaps I should inquire. Well, there's one particular beastie native to Calusia that's got a singular diet and leaves a massive dung piles. The fresher the better, please. A few varieties of grasses native to Raktika, and some iron ore from Amarang. I can give you a list if you like. To it, I need to travel to the far corners of Nova and back? Oh dear, this is rather more involved than I. No more excuses. I will do what needs to be done to see this through to the end. Friend, I will not impose these tasks upon you. I insist that you remain here while I go fetch the required materials. A series of harrowing experiences. In the end, I managed to obtain the materials necessary for the construction of my secret weapon. The gentleman was rather accommodating, despite being somewhat put out by I had not the guild to pay for his labor. He was nevertheless willing to teach me how to craft the arrows myself. He said that he found my industriousness endearing. I must confess, despite being utterly exhausted by this busy work, it has been somewhat refreshing. And now that my noisemaker arrows are ready, I cannot wait to put them to the proof. What goes to the plan, the explosion should be loud enough to incapacitate Andrea for a time. Let's put an end to her tale, my friend. And in doing so, write the opening of ours. The reek of Sarah, the bounty hunters extraordinaire. Come, Raktika and Gloria wait. I may make one small request before we begin. Please, for the love of gods, please try not to succumb to any visions of people's pasts. This really could not be a worse time. I'll have to do this. Well, are you with me? Are you still in the here and now? Excellent. Then we can attend to the task at hand and not worry. Let us lay rest to our fellow hunters and grant Ray the peace our hero deserves. Distract Andrea with the noisemaker arrow. Seize the opportunity to strike. Here goes nothing. It worked! It really worked! I can't believe it! Oh, they're defending her? Damn it! I'll have to deal with them first. God damn you, Lambbeard! Sorry we were dead, but you don't have to bloody RCP about it. You didn't deserve such attention. Get out of the bat, thank you. Sent. Only 2 more to go. I'll drop Andrea. You handle the night. bloody knights in the way. Dispatch him first. Now, Sarah. Now's our chance. Heads up. Arrows incoming. It's Andrea now. It's time for Reek and Sarah to write the new legend for the ages. To me! Rest in peace, Renderay. We won. Even seeing it and saying it hardly feels real. What is that you've got there? Wicked White, you're Renderay. The real Renderay. I should have never betrayed your trust. Never again, I swore. Never again. Balam Gweets, the Shadowkeeper, the Flood, come what may, we would face it together, no matter how hard it got, or how terrified I was. That's what it means to let someone into your heart, knowing full well that nothing lasts forever. To welcome the fear and the pain, the sorrow. When I lost my parents. when we laid the keeper low. You felt it too, didn't you? To place our faith in a desperate, hopeless attempt to save everyone, and to see it amount to naught in the end. What else could we do but offer up the tiny remainder of a final futile effort, even knowing deep down it was worth but a few moments more? What is this? It gave me fear, and that fear gave me strength. Wait, there's so much I want to ask. I don't understand. What was she talking about? It's not right. It's not fair. Heroes sacrificing themselves for nothing, becoming villains, becoming forgotten. Thank you, Sarah. I could never have gotten this far without your help. I had no idea who Renda Ray or any of the other warriors truly were. 'Twas all ancient history to me. Why would I care who some eaters once were? It's no better than my parents judging them out of hand, dismissing their sacrifice, not bothering to look deeper. Made it all easier to pursue Andrea for my own amusement. My pride made up for it in part by helping Lady Renda Ray's soul to rest. Miss Olvara is probably worried sick about us both. We should return to Calusia and let her know that we're all right. Can't wait to tell Miss Olvara everything. I should definitely use some of the bounty to treat her. My little Reek, Sarah, congratulations on a job well done. From one hunter to another, thank you for helping Renda Ray to achieve a measure of peace. She was a hero to me too. It broke my heart to know what had become of her. To have your legacy tarnished so, to have the world call you villain, even still. But at least I can take comfort in knowing she can finally enjoy a long rest. Whatever the others may say, we will preserve the truth in story and song. Renda Ray, the bravest hunter there ever was, and more importantly, a true friend to those who she held dear. I can only hope to measure up to her example someday. For now, however, I say we return to the Crystarium and raise a glass in celebration. Andrea's bounty has been paid to us in full, my friend. So come, let us eat, drink, and be merry. I'm meaning to ask, but I have the impression you are rather more acquainted with these warriors of light than you've been letting on. What exactly do you know about them? That is so preposterous a tale that I have no choice but to assume it's true. Offering the lives to the first cross the rift, then to halt the flood? Wicked white. Must have taken so much courage to see it through in those final moments. Courage not born of desire for glory or a dedication to an ideal, but fear and love those with whom she had forged unshakable bonds. Her comrades. Well, pretend to have anything to do, even approaching such a powerful connection. But I would like to think that if you were in mortal peril, that would fly to your side without hesitation. You said that if I were tested as Renderay were, if I were challenged to offer my life for others, without even knowing if it would amount to aught, I doubt I could rise to the occasion. I'm a child of a fool who knows little of the world. I've been coddled and spoiled, and have only just tasted the bitter fruits of life that you and your countless others sup on daily. You have made her stern stuff, Sarah. Far sterner than me. That is why I can never truly walk your path. There's no shame in that. Oh, but there is. I cannot recall a time I've felt happier than more alive than when I've traveled with you. We have countless other journeys ahead of you, don't you? For you are destined for greater challenges, where I'm suited to rather more pedestrian affairs. Know your limits, as Miss Alvara used to say. Meeting her after all these years, seeing how much older and more frail she'd become made me realize how little time we have left. She shouldn't have to live out her days living out alone in squalor. I've decided it will not be so. I shall return to Colusia and attend to her needs, for I would do my utmost to repay the love and kindness that made me the man that I am today. Therefore, though it pains me to say it, I fear the celebration must also mark the end, or at least a tentative suspension, of the glorious partnership that was Reek and Sarah, bounty hunters extraordinaire. Should you ever find yourself in Colusia, however, do come and pay us a visit. Bottom wrong, they call this place. How very apt. Apparently, it used to be the control center for the latter and a bustling hub of transport. Its glory days are far behind it. To see my darling Chai so engrossed in his work, I think I'm falling in love again. Oh, that's cute. That is actually cute. First things first, a 50-point inspection. Wouldn't do to have him fall into pieces now. But why are you standing there gawping? There's lots to be done, so go and make yourself useful. The ladder is a sturdy piece of engineering, but much may go wrong after 20 years of disuse. Let us be doubly thorough with its maintenance. Sarah, dost thou see yonder pair of talons? For a blessing, they were found to be in good repair. Master Chai prepareth to activate them as we speak. With our arcane knowledge, Ishtal and I will serve as his assistants. At the appointed hour, we shall imbue the golems with ether. Others, meanwhile, attend to the ladder itself, which hath too long lain neglected. Extensive maintenance will be needed ere it can move again, as well as myriad materials which to perform it. If thou art willing, we would prevail upon thee to procure lumber. My thanks, Sarah. Directly to the south thou wilt find a dry dock. Venmont Yards. Pray see thou if thou canst persuade the folk there to part with some lumber for our cause. Just out of curiosity. Yeah. Oh there, sir. I haven't seen you around before. You're the gate town, I take it. You need lumber for the shack, you've come to the right place. We need a building for you, the building for you too, though that'll cost extra. You want lumber to restore the ladder? Why in the world would anyone want to do that? If you don't have the coin, the least you can do is to come up with a believable excuse. But look, I'm not one to turn folk away. I'll give you the lumber if you do me a great favor in return. I just finished up taking stock of our supply and is about to do another round for good measure. I want you to do the counting instead, and we'll see if our total matches mine. Now, some of the lumber is lying around in the yard, but most of it's kept in the storehouse. For these, you can just ask Grethel for the number. Here, I'll lend you some writing materials so you can take notes. Let's see, that's what I want. Well, let's go get the obvious one out of the way. Taking stock for the Irvith, are you? Well, last I counted, we had 68 planks in the storehouse here. 9 of those were rotted though, so we tossed them out. Oh wait, Grethel, another load's just arrived. 13 planks all told, but one's damaged. It's only good for kindling now. Right then, bring the good ones here, and we'll be sure to let Irvith know as well. How many planks does that make now? If you're writing those down, you're writing those numbers down anyway, right? I'm sure you can work it out. So it's all 11. 68, 69, 79. 8 bad, so it's 61. Plus 12, 72, 82, where's that last? What's the top? What's it? 17? Done, are you? So how many planks did you count? That's the exact amount I counted. Thanks for your help, friend. Taking stock puts me to sleep, but it has to be done. So I must still give you the lumber. What do you need it for anyway? You're serious about the ladder? I'll be damned. That's the case. Please let us help with the work. We're shipwrights with no ships to build or any shacks. While it's a living, it should do something greater. This fellow you say is in charge. You reckon he'll mind the likes of us barging in on this project? He'd welcome the help. Wonderful. I'll round up the lads and lasses and we'll head over to the ladder, along with all the lumber you need. There you go. The Warrens have rallied quite impressively. That's great adversity, a little purpose never goes astray. Oh, Sarah, I heard you went to find lumber. From afar, the ladder looked like it was entirely made of metal. There's actually a lot of wood if you look for it. By the intensity of which he works, 'tis as if all that reluctance was a lie. Oh, have them moving again soon. I know he will. Such a primitive and efficient design. Much smaller Talos from our company could just as easily perform the same task. The work proceeds apace, I'm pleased to say. When it's restored, the ladder will not only be our way forward, but represent a momentous step for the lasting change for Calusio. Ah, thou art returned. Wert thou able to procure the lumber? Well, well, to secure not only the material, but the eager cooperation of the shipwrights besides. Their expertise shall greatly avail our efforts. Master Chai's own efforts have not been without struggle, but he hath proven himself determined and soul. I doubt not but that the work shall be complete ere long, and we may continue on our way once more. Though it hath been years in the making, at long last do the people stand and united in defiance to the world's fate, the hope spurring us ever onward towards the journey's end. Whatsoever may await us, when thou takest those final steps, I pray it shall be with a smile upon thy face. Oh, we're going to have no idea. But prematurely do I give myself to sentimental musings. Many more pressing concerns demand our attention, not the least of which is the matter of how we might reach the mountain, detached from the land as it is. For the present, 'twould appear that we have matters here well in hand. Perhaps thou should take thine ease for a time. Thou wilt need every ounce of thy strength for the trials ahead. Thy zeal is commendable, my friend. But rest assured we shall not want for hands. Pray, take thine ease in preparation for the trials ahead. Okay, everything. There we go. Face this way.
Would you look at that? The citizens of Yulemore engaging in what can only be described as manual labor. Who would have thought it possible?
Oh, I am it.
Do you know the most reliable way to deal with those who stubbornly refuse to see reason? You conquer them, crush them under heel. Such was the trusted method of Alec, and one still favored by Garlemald. But conquest is the easy part. The true challenge begins once the dust has settled, quenching the glowing embers of animosity and maintaining a semblance of peace. This requires the conqueror to treat the conquered with dignity, and the conquered to let bygones be bygones, a difficult feat to achieve.
Right on the conqueror's part.
But you have achieved just that, to my considerable surprise. It's a compliment. Take it. The vibrant energy that fills the air when like-minded souls gather. To think back on that time before time, fair brings a tear to the eye. What? You thought ancient beings like us incapable of crying? Well, rest assured that if your heart can be broken, then so can mine.
You got a fair point.
Back when the world was whole, we had family, friends, loves. Men knew peace and contentment, and with our adamant souls, we could live for an age. There was no conflict born of want or disparity. Our differences paled into insignificance next to all we had in common. And then there was Amarant. Never was a city more magnificent. From the humblest streets to the highest spires, she fairly gleamed. Not that you would remember any of this.
Remember?
Never mind. The point is, the world of old was a far better place than what we have now. I believe you would like it, having witnessed the things you have. Remember, you are of the source. Unlike the half-men here, you stand only to gain. Should you survive the remaining calamities, you will become our equal. A complete existence in a complete world. But such talk is a pleasure for later. Back to work, hero. There was one thing I had meant to ask. How well do you know the XIV? Has he ever deigned to show you what hides beneath the cowl? What? Never? Even to you? How very interesting. I shall enjoy working out what it means. Until next time.
I never doubted you for a moment.
Oh, look at that.
It's alive.
don't know if you remember, but when we first met in this world, I was all but spent. I never thought to wonder why until now. I think it all just got to be too much. The guilt of causing the flood. Knowing everyone hated me. But the worst thing was the solitude. Time wears you down, aye. But solitude eats away at you. It was this close to finishing me off. But as bad as it got, and as empty as I felt, I can't even begin to imagine what it must be like for Emmett Selk. All of which is a long way of saying, don't make a choice that leaves you alone. Nothing is worth that, especially not eternity.
Glad tidings, my friend. The ladder lives again.
The three of us have been invited to do the honors. Are you up for it? Of course, if you're worried that the whole thing might come crashing down, we can always find someone else.
Ooh, well, I say puns. It's a ladder of puns.
That's the spirit. Come on, then.
We rode the ladder too, my comrades and I. Once upon a time. Watched the horizon grow, and the town shrink below us. Awed and terrified in equal measure, we ascended without a word, the silence broken only by the rhythm of the gears. No one but me remembers that day. Remembers our journey and our end. Retread the path. Seek, and you may yet find.
And here we are, finally at Southbrook. The others should arrive here at all. Alphino, Sarah, come up here. There's something I need you to see. What could this be about? That appears to be a village. There's a village, Sarah. Over to the northeast. So there is. They're after 2 decades without the ladder in operation. Would not be surprised if such an isolated settlement had long been since abandoned. Nor I. Not before I spy someone and leave it and proceed to head in our direction. All while trying to remain unseen. Whoever this mysterious person is, they should be still out there. Go on and take a look, Sarah. There's someone, right? And they were spying on us. Personally, I don't feel comfortable not knowing who they are. What do you say? We investigate? I'm curious too, I must admit. I dare say we have a better time ere the others ascend. Let's settle then. Let's head to the village and see if it's indeed inhabited. The crates and barrels are laden with unknown contents. I could have sworn I heard a noise. What news, Sarah? Were you able to find anything of note? People are definitely still living here. Indeed. While there's no one to be seen, it's plain this village is anything but abandoned. If the villagers are trying to conceal themselves, they're doing a rather poor job of it. If they don't wish to be seen, what are we to do? I say, aren't you the ones who saved my life? You're Tristel, the artist from Yulmore. You remembered. Ever since we parted ways, I was worried for you, bound for the city that you were. Never did I imagine we'd meet again, here of all places. I could say the very same thing to you, my friend. I'm glad to see you hale and whole, but tell me, what is this village? This is Amity, a settlement made of those who survived being exiled from Yulmore. As I wandered the wilds, I chanced to cross paths with an inhabitant of these parts. He took me through a secret tunnel which led me to the top of a bright cliff. I've been here ever since. Life is hard, but we know a semblance of peace. Well, we did, at any rate, until Mount Gulg broke away from the earth. Then just as suddenly the ladder started moving again. And you feared whoever was coming up would threaten your lives. Aye. But I now see it's no cause for concern. You tell me what's brought you here. Father is a Sin Eater, and he's fled to Mount Gulg. Tis a strange tale, but I have no reason to doubt your words. I owe my life. Is there anything I can do to help? You need but say the word. You'd be more than most welcome, Tristan. To begin with, we request your people's permission to reconnoiter the area. If we're to confront Vothry, we must find a way to reach Mount Gold. Of course, you hardly need our permission to be here. I will tell the others about you and yours. Now, we haven't much of the way to offer in the way of hospitality, but our village is at your disposal. Please use it as you see fit in your quest. Pleased to see the villagers are no longer wary of us. I shall take the opportunity to ask out Mount Golg. More so than the revelation of the Vothry's Assassinator, I'm surprised that the free citizens of Yomar came together to work on the ladder. Is it possible for people to change so quickly? Yet another hapless soul that Alphino saved from mortal danger, I see. Some things never change. At any rate, it seems that Alphino has a mind to linger. Meanwhile, I have a mind for us to explore. Sir and I are going to go scout the area. We'll be back in a while. Very well. Let's take care out there. Let's split up so we can cover more ground. I'll go east if you will be so kind as to head west. We can aim to meet at the foot of the mountain and take note of what we see along the way. And a short while away.
You're a sight for sore eyes. I don't know about you, but I bumped into quite a few sin eaters out there.
Oh, that's right.
You too, then. It seems the closer we get to Mount Gulg, the more of them there are. Looks a lot bigger from here, doesn't it? If I were Vorthri, the first thing I'd do is surround myself with as many sin eaters as I could lay my hands on. And judging by the number we've already faced, his lordship is of the same mind. This is going to be a tough climb. But first things first. We need to determine if climbing is even an option. The more I look, the less likely it seems. Y'shtola is right to be worried. But flying may be our only choice after all.
There you are. Master Alphino was afeard you had met with some misfortune.
Urianger. And you too, Exarch. What brings you here?
I wish to observe the final struggle with my own eyes. I arrived at Bottom Run too late to accompany you, but I was in time to join Urianger and the others. Come, let us see how this unfolds.
Well, it seems flying is off the table.
If we have learned that much, then the Machina have served their purpose.
Ah, so that's what they were for. Wasteful, but effective.
It would seem our foe will not be reached by land or air. We must needs withdraw to consider another course. Master Alphino waiteth for us at Top Run. Thither should we make our way.
Lalio, you're wanting an armor report, am I right? Before we get you in the saddle, let me make a note. Standard procedure, I'm afraid. told you went ahead and scout the volcano. I don't suppose some grappling hooks would suffice. Oh, look, Granny is shaking. I was afraid the lift forward would fall off from underneath me. But don't worry, I'm sure this something will go away soon. Soon after you left, we should arrive in Amity by Ariage and the XIV. I'm glad they were able to find you. Forgive us our delay. The XIV arrived and we took some time to appraise some of our mission. Oh, don't mind us. We're just taking in the sights. Ah, such an exhilarating ride! And such a magnificent view! Nothing in Yulmar compares to this. Thus we are all gathered. Though Reen, I'm afraid, did not much enjoy their ascent. Concern for my health, indeed, we are a little far from the Costarian. Rest assured, this old man can muster up another win for what is left. I was good to see the geyser. I suppose it is well within the ranks. At any rate, it's time to tackle the next obstacle, finding a way to reach Mount Gold. For this, we need to put our heads together.
In short, there's no path, and the sky is thick with Vorthry's winged devils.
We might consider Amaro, but without extensive training, we cannot hope to contend with the Eaters. Yulmar's airship fleet, meanwhile, consists solely of transport vessels ill-suited for battle. And without the expertise of one such as Sid, we are in no position to attempt a refit.
Frustrating! That wretched mountain should jolly well come back down to us!
Now, dearest, we mustn't disturb these good people at their work. We've ridden the ladder, seen the sights. It's past time we took our leave.
The lady may well have the right of it. Mount Gulg will not soon come down to Earth, nor can we compel it to do so. But if the mountain will not come to the land, mayhap the land may be made to come to the mountain. In the form of a Talos. A Talos large enough to reach out and take the volcano in its grasp.
To build such a golem would be an onerous undertaking indeed. Yet the principle seemeth sound in itself.
Boulder Dash! No one has ever made one even half that size. Leaving aside the small matter of logistics, which, by the way, would be no small matter, the design would be unimaginably complex. Though, I suppose, if its only function is to cling to the ruddy mountain, perhaps it needn't be. Solid base, firmly rooted to the ground, sacrifice mobility to simplify the construction, reducing materials required. Wait, what am I thinking? We would still need a veritable army of people to do the work. Left to the crew that helped down below, it would take decades, if not a nice round century.
So we need more hands. And what sort of things would these hands be required to do?
Let's see. First, we need people to procure the stone for the chassis. The rock found in the mountain would suit our purposes well enough. It'd be a simple task to quarry the stuff, but given the stupendous quantity required, we'd need all the help we can get.
We have friends amongst the miners of Armorae. I will go and petition their aid.
While you do that, I'll make for Mordsuk. I'm sure I'll be able to drum up some support.
Then I shall return to Calusia. From fishers to carpenters, Yulmore is home to all manner of talented folk. I dare say their skills will avail us.
Is there anything else you need?
Well, yes, actually. Magic. Lots of the stuff, as much as possible. To awaken a talus of this size would require an entire congregation of mages.
Many among the Knights Blessed are gifted in the arcane arts. I will recruit them to our cause.
The Fey folk, too, possess surpassing aptitude in magics. Yet they are not wont to cooperate in the endeavors of men. Leastwise, not without making all manner of mischief. That being the case, I would instead call upon the people of the Crystarium, with thy permission, Exarch.
We are at your disposal, as are our Amaro and Chocobos.
I'm sorry. You mean to tell me you can call on not only the people of Yulmore and the Crystarium, but the Knights Blessed and the Mord, and even those miners? But that's just about everyone in Ballynorvrand. Who are you people? And how did you come to have so many friends?
The artist Alphino and his assistants.
Oh, dearest, have you forgotten already? Alphino told us that when we first met.
Actually, that may not have been... never mind.
So, as you can see, you will not want for bodies. I trust you will have your design ready in good time for their arrival. Norvrant is counting on you, heir to Daedalus Stoneworks.
We'll be back as soon as we can, and we'll bring the whole world with us.
I take it we will be assisting Master Chime, though I am quite sure he has everything under control.
Shall we see how we might be of service? When he asked for my hand, my husband promised that he would one day build a talus that could take us to the very heavens. And now he'll do it! Have the design ready, she says. In good time, she says. Does she even understand what's involved? Before I can even attempt to design anything, I need intimate knowledge of the land and the knowledge of locals. Last I heard, no one lives here. The village of Yulmore exiles. Those people have every reason to loathe a free citizen like me. They couldn't be possibly willing to cooperate. Oh, this will never work. Never. I should have never fixed that ready lift. Never should have ridden up here. Never should have. Never should have. Oh, dear darling appears to have lost the plot. But he has it in him, Sarah. He's the cleverest man I know. He just wants more confidence sometimes. If you give him some words of encouragement, I'm sure he can give you your talents. A bit of advice I learned from his mother. He responds poorly to obvious praise. You need to find another way to stoke the fires of his motivation. Awaken his sense of daring.
That's a duty. Great.
I can't do it. No one can. Talos of that size. No one's even dreamed of it. Alvino once struggled to collect firewood. He did. But he's such a capable lad, brimming with confidence. I suppose that even the most capable among us had struggles to overcome. But regardless of my own feelings, I can't do a damn thing without hope of those villagers, and not a lot Bali likely to give it. Just those among them. You said it yourself. Lest you've forgotten, we essentially sent him to his death. Even if others don't bear a personal grudge, he would never forgive us. Things won't improve by themselves. You have to take the first step. I know. Unless we take the first step, there can never be reconciliation. There's a chance for everyone to come together. Even if they hold stones at me, perhaps it's worth trying to apologize. But what up then? In the end, it's not even a question of forgiveness. Building such an enormous talos is impossible. No amount of contrition will change that. And even if by some miracle the people of Amity were willing to let bygones be bygones, they think the plan is absurd. I think it's absurd. We liberated a castle with a strategy that many would call absurd. Well, not to flood the very castle you sought to reclaim. Such a strategy would indeed be considered absurd, yet you succeeded not in spite of, but because of it. Our very own strategy may likewise be similar, but maybe it stands to a better chance of success for it. Be that as it may, there are risks to consider that should the venture fail. I imagine for a moment that we fail to reach Vothri and only succeed in provoking him. In his fury, he may well unleash his hordes of eaters and will meet a horrible end. I'll protect you. I'll protect everyone. I see what you did there. That's how you win over the masses. That irrepressible hour of dependability. But very well, you've made your conviction clear, and I'm assured in spite of myself. I won't let my fears get the better of me. It's unseemly if nothing else. Yes, by the gods, I can do this. Just need a little faith in myself. Right, let's head to Amity and speak for the villagers, with Tristan. My love, things are liable to become more dangerous. I want you to wait for me back in Yule. No, wherever you go, I'm going too. Besides, you're not the only one who has to apologize. But there's no way of telling what happened out there. I don't know if I can keep you safe. But perhaps this is a bad idea after all. I don't think I have what it takes. Master Chai, that you are beset with doubt is proof that you can envision the task ahead. And that which man can envision he can make reality. Thus did some old friends of mine once say. Even should it be a fear fit for the divine, if someone has been done before, then most assuredly it can be done again with our own hands. That's a little idealistic, don't you think? Perhaps, Master Chai, perhaps. But what is man if not an idealistic creature? It is not an easy thing to achieve one's dreams. My friends can attest to that. Countless times did they meet with frustration in the course of their endeavors. None would have the fond thought for them when they had given up, and yet they never did. one step after the next, they forged on towards their goals. And for their determination, they've accomplished numerous feats that many believed lay beyond the reach of mankind. Like them, you are a man of science. Amidst your doubts, there is a spark of desire. The desire to make the impossible possible. Come, darling. Like the old days, I would like to be the first to see your Talos. And you shall be, my dear. We'll have none other on my side when the greatest masterpiece awakens. Right then, to Amity. I'm glad my words struck a chord, shall we? You! You have every right to be angry with us, but please listen to what I have to say. I am tasked with delivering these people to Mount Gulg by means of Talos of heretofore unseen proportions. However, I cannot do this without the cooperation of those with intimate knowledge of this land. That is, you and your fellow villagers. Cooperation? After you ignore my desperate pleas in casting me out, you have the gall to come here and ask for my cooperation. You have every right to be upset. Balthu's is not the one to blame for your suffering. We are. We are free to citizens without care in the world, indifferent to the hardship of others. We didn't know what would become of you, and frankly, we didn't care. But now, we now know what we did to you, to full many, was wrong. Terrible wrong. No words are suffice to make amends, but I want to know that we are deeply sorry. I'm not sure how I feel. Should I forgive you, hate you? Perhaps not even my place to judge. After all, I saw a place in your city. Wanted to be you once. But one thing is clear to me. All that is in the past. We mustn't let past wrongs stand in the way of a brighter future. And so, I will cooperate with you. Please see our friends to Mount Gulg. You have my word. I'll set to work on the design at once. Wouldn't have nothing to show the others one, so you would return with them. Make no mistake, this venture is unprecedented in the history of Talos and the history of all mankind. But rest assured, this is the genius of Daedalus Stoneworks will deliver. Ah, wicked white. Is there a problem? Well, you see, we promised people to procure the stone as well as imbue magic. When I was put on the spot earlier, I thought that was all we required. Forgot one about rather important item needed to bring a Talos to life. The heart. That's right, the heart. I'm pleased to see that you have some familiarity with the Talos. So while I work on the design, I'll be much obliged if you can see to procuring the ore with which to fashion a heart. A heart suitable to bring life to Talos to embrace the very firmament. Quest for Talos heart. This presents an unexpected opportunity. I'm glad Tristel was willing to lend us a ear. But a small step, but I pray this will pave the way for a reconciliation. Ideally, a Talos heart should be made from an ore found in the southern region as a stone for the chassis. Let's see what Tristel can tell us. You seek material for the Talos heart, and other people who may be able to assist. They are the Thorns, a dwarven family that has long mined this land. No one knows its value until this day. To explain your situation, I'm sure they'll be willing to cooperate. Indeed, 'twas one of them that showed me the secret tunnel to the top of the cliff. Find Thorns at their village to the northwest, at a place called Tom. When you arrive, seek an audience with Chief Salmon. Do not forget to greet him with a hearty lally-ho. Permit me to join you, sir. I would keep my joints limber, and perhaps I can provide you some manner of assistance. I will leave the heart to the two of you then. Variety of ore doesn't matter so long as the crucial ether. I'll aim to have my design complete by your return. So this is Tamra. Seldom do we see dwarven folk in the Coastarium. To be now in the presence of so many. I shall not enjoy having to crane my neck for a change. Lally-ho! Lally-ho? What sorry excuse for drinking was that? Where's your heart, lass? Your stones! Come, let's try it again. Lally-ho! Lally-ho! Not bad, but there's room for improvement. Aniro, now that we've observed the common courtesy, who are you and what are you doing here? At the recommendation of the denizens of Amity, we have come to seek the aid of Thol family. May we speak with Chief Zamont? Why, yes you may. I am Zamont, and I bid you welcome to Tomra. If the folk of Amity have sent you here, you must have quite a tale to tell. Come, let's hear it. Well, and I thought those Burlo had no fight left in him. Having said that, it's not like we know how to deal with the floating volcano now and since Eaton neither. If you're serious about restoring peace to these parts, though, we'll gladly lend you a hand. However, the kind of order you seek is precious to us too. If I let you only have it for you to bungle things up and squander it, like no amount of ale will wash away me chagrin. First, I need to make sure you're worthy. By means of a trial, I, Taramus Trixie, passed down through the line of thought. And what is this trial? Come with me and I'll tell you all. What could this be, Charlie? Listen, as you know, we're a mining folk, and the mining folk danger is a constant companion. So when we come of age, each of us must prove our readiness to take to the mines. This we do by currently undertaking a trial which tests the 3 traits all good miners can do without: discernment, diligence, and dexterity. We call it 3D mining level. Now, look on my helm. Mark its features well. You'll be given a slingshot, which you must use to shoot dwarves that wear helms that are different. I've already made the necessary arrangements. When you're ready to take the trial, report to the observer nearby. Best of luck to you. Lally-ho! It must be the challenger the chief mentioned. I'll show you to the rooftop at once. As I'm sure you've been told, 3 enemy at my murder use a slingshot to shoot them as we're the wrong helm. Let's begin with a spot of practice, eh? Nice shooting. Give up the actual trial, eh? Aye, that's the way. Next time, let's do trial for true. Let me know when you're ready, eh? Ready for the trial, let's do it right this way. This time, there'll be them that wear the right helm. You shoot them, you'll fail, so look carefully before you let the stones fly. Well done. I find your discernment and dexterity. Well done, well done. The trial never lies. You've got what it takes to be a miner. Run on back to the chief now. Get back on with putting an end to this changes thing. More than that? Okay. That was some impressive shooting, lads. Consider me satisfied. I just blame you didn't come this far with Doc alone. So place my faith in you and help you find the order you seek. Did you know that Colossia is rich in sulfur? Well, it is. We've been mining this stuff since ancient times. And every so often the self-same veins yield what's called earth seed, a rare ore steeped in magic. Time was, we used to refine earth seed for this and that, but the technique's been lost. The stuff's still out there to be had, though, provided you know where to look. And no place surer than Durgar's Tool. Ballrun is a site occupied by age-old rivals, the Gogs. Greedy thoughts claim the place is theirs, and refuse to let any other bugger near. Oh, there never was a more odious lot than gogs. Could go on forever, but them hornless whoresons. But then we'd be here forever, and it won't get us nowhere. What it boils down is this. Once they're a seed, you've got to deal with the gods. Reckon up for the challenge. We've dealt with far worse. I'm sure we can find a way of obtaining what we need. That's the spirit. Now, to help you find your way, I'll have one of ours go with you. I'll do it. I'll go with them. You, Korut! I couldn't help overhearing. Knew the Eaters had flocked to Mount Gold, but I don't know why. Do you think the last warning Lightward is hanging up there? To the fate of Galusia, though, the world hangs in the balance. If I can be of some help, I want to do my part. Your zeal is commendable, lad, but it isn't so simple. There's this here's Korut. Young as he is one of the village's finest miners. Lad's got an uncanny sense of where to dig, and his aiming with his pecksack is as true as his ain't dwarfs. But put him in the thick of battle, and you can hit the side of a minecart if he was sitting in it. If all he wanted to do was dig, he'd be a dwarf. His life would have become a sin eater's breakfast before he could even manage to swing. It's true, I'm hopeless in a fight. But I still want to try. Please, let me go with you. I take care of you. You take care of the order. Oh, thank you so much. I'll try not to be my best not to be a burden. You want to take Korut? Far be it me to stop you. Keep him safe though, will you? We will most certainly encounter sceneries along the way. Though with you in our company, they will be more a spectacle than a concern. So let's see to your preparations, my friend. We will depart as soon as you're ready. Seriously, take care of Korut. Lads, we're going to find a piss water.